Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome to your Tuesday Thought Twist. I am your mistress of alignment, Deb Penner, and this is your weekly opportunity to become a better manager of your beautiful human brain. Today, I would like to offer you a really fine distinction on a particular perspective within your human brain that I believe will offer you a very profound change in how it feels to have your human brain. So let's start this week with this idea. Your brain is a massive, massive creator. Your brain is constantly in creation mode. As I describe the things your brain creates, throw something in the comments. Let me know if this is resonating with you. Hands up, clappy hands. Tell me if you can see this happening in your life. Your human brain is constantly creating things. Some of the things it creates the most of are thoughts and beliefs. So your thoughts and beliefs lead to your emotional states, which lead to the actions that you take, which actually lead to the reality that you're living in. So your brain has created everything about your life, your health, your bank account, the house you live in, the car you drive, the career that you have, the roles that you play in your life. All of those things were created by your brain. So everything in your physical reality started here. How about things that we would think of as creative pursuits? Any drawings that you have made, any woodworking or welding projects, any instruments that you have played, any songs that you have sung, any words that you have written, all of that created right here. Your brain also creates every anxiety and worry and what if in your head, along with every hope and dream and goal. All of that is generated by this massive creative power trapped between your ears. It's really cool. So tell me in the comments if you agree with that. Do you see the incredible generative power in your brain? Your brain is so good at creating things. And it is, in fact, an inextricable part of being human. We create constantly, even when we're not trying. So now, with that as our sort of background, what I want to talk to you this week, what I want to talk to you about this week is the difference between productivity and creativity. We are living right now in the United States in a society that is obsessed with productivity. We are obsessed with getting things done, with making things happen, with tracking how things happen. We are obsessed with creating things, only when we're looking at productivity, we're really focused on the end product. So when productivity is our focus, then creativity, the natural creative genius that is the human brain, becomes a means to an end. And the end is the thing, whatever it was that we created. Creativity, on the other hand, is the end. So when we are focusing on creativity, we're not focusing on the product, the thing that the process produces. We're actually focused on the process itself. Think about that for a minute. The difference between creativity as a means to an end and creativity as the end unto itself. Now, productivity is not bad. We need things, okay? We need practical things. We need beautiful things. We need all kinds of things. And so for our natural creative genius to be used in productivity is certainly not bad. But when we only frame our creativity as a means to an end, I believe that we lose something really significant. In fact, I believe that we lose something divine. Creativity is our connection to divinity. The energy of the divine is the energy of creation. When we are in a state of creating, we are in a state of divinity. But if we're only in that state as a means to an end, we're missing out on that divine connection. So this week, I'm inviting you to start thinking about whether there's any space in your life for creativity to be its own end. For you to paint just to paint, not to create a painting. I think about how very subtle that is. If you sit down with a canvas and paints, and you put paint on the canvas, you're going to end up with a painting, right? So whether you approach that process from the viewpoint of productivity, where the point of sitting down with your canvas and your paints is to make a painting, or you sit down with a canvas and paints, and the point is creativity. The point is to paint. The end product is the same. It's the experience that changes. So take just a second and think about that. The difference between painting for the love and experience of putting paint on canvas, of creating something, and painting to create a finished painting. It's so subtle, gang. It's so subtle, but it's so significant. So at the top of the section, that's what I said to you. It's the subtlest little difference in perspective, but the effect that it has in your life is profound. So I'm going to invite you to think about this week. Creativity versus productivity. The focus on the end product or the focus on the process. Where is your focus in your life? And how does that feel? Would you like to shift that focus? Would you like to feel differently? This kind of very subtle tweaking that has very profound effects is kind of a coachy thing. It's one of those things we do in coaching. So if you're looking at this and you're seeing very specifically how productivity and creativity need to be shifted in your life, or if you're looking at this and you're thinking, this subtle thing, I can see some other areas in my life where this little bit of a subtle shift could really open things up for me. I would so love to get on the phone with you and talk about that. The easiest way for you to do that is just to pop over to my website, which is drops, DROPS, with Deb.com. And right at the top of that first page, there's a picture of me with a button next to it. If you just click on that button, you can schedule a time to get on the phone with me. We will visit. We will talk about some of these subtle perspective shifts, maybe around creativity, maybe around something else, that really do profoundly change the way that it feels to be living our lives. I can't wait to talk to you about it, and I'll see you next Tuesday.